It allows us to do that. They would like to talk. And I actually told Marco and some of the people, our Secretary of State is doing a great job, by the way. I said, go to Congress and let them know we're not letting drugs come through Mexico. We're not letting them come through Venezuela. Well, in Venezuela's case, it's about drugs, and it's also about thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that they've released into our country. And some are gang members from Tren de Aragua. Some are many are drug dealers. Some are murderers. So in the case of Venezuela, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population was released into the United States. You know what that means?
Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced that the U.S. will designate the Venezuela-based Cartel de los Soles as a foreign terrorist organization. Rubio said that the group works alongside other designated FTOs, including Tren de Aragua and the Sinaloa Cartel, to spread violence across the region. He accused Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and senior Venezuelan officials of directing the cartel while not representing Venezuela's legitimate government. Rubio said that the move will deny funding and resources to what he called dangerous narco-terrorist networks operating throughout the hemisphere. The designation gives U.S. agencies expanded authority to target the group with intelligence tools and counterterrorism operations. As per reports, the U.S. had already labeled several Mexican drug cartels as FTOs, allowing broader covert actions under existing law. The announcement comes as the United States steps up maritime and aerial strikes on vessels accused of transporting drugs toward American shores. U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened action against Maduro, accusing him of running an international drug trafficking enterprise. In recent months, the U.S. has expanded military operations across Latin America, deploying warships, Marines, and advanced aircraft. The arrival of the USS Gerald Ford in the Caribbean marks a major show of force as regional tensions continue to escalate sharply. Trump suggested the FTO designation could give the military authority to target Maduro's assets and infrastructure inside Venezuela. He hinted he had made decisions on possible actions, but remained non-committal when pressed about the specifics of any U.S. plans. Under the FTO designation, it becomes illegal for U.S. persons to provide any material support or resources to the listed organization. Members and representatives of an FTO are barred from entering the United States and face significant criminal penalties if they attempt to.
No update on Venezuela.
This designation of that cartel associated with Maduro, does that mean that the U.S. government can target Maduro's assets or infrastructure inside Venezuela?
It allows us to do that, but we haven't said we're going to do that. And we may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
You said they want to talk. You said Venezuela wants to talk. What does that mean?
Venezuela would like to talk. What does it mean? You tell me. I don't know.
You want to talk to them?
I talk to anybody. I talk to you, right? I talk to anybody. We'll see what happens.
Green says her life could be in danger because of the rhetoric.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, she says.
Marjorie Trader Greene. I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her. Okay, what about
affordability of health care? Are you negotiating with lawmakers on health care ahead of a vote next year?
I am. We're negotiating with lawmakers, and I've had personal talks with some Democrats. I can't tell you who they are. I just don't want to do that. It's not fair to them. About paying large amounts of dollars back to the people. You know, this was my idea. It came up during that. You know, oftentimes under times of stress, like the shutdown, you come up with great ideas that you wouldn't have thought of before. The insurance companies are making a fortune. Their stock is up over 1,000% over a short period of time. They are taking in hundreds of billions of dollars, and they're not really putting it back, certainly not like they should. So when I see this, and when I've seen this over the last pretty short period of time, I said, why do we just pay this money directly to the people of our country and let them buy their own health insurance? And I made that statement, and I made it a little bit cavalierly, but it sounded good. And everybody has picked up, including Democrats. And I am talking to some Democrats right now about doing that. People love it. We're going to take the money. Well, if it gets approved, we're going to take the money. We're going to pay it back to the people of our country to go out and buy health insurance. Now, they could put it in a health account. We can do it a lot of different ways. But they buy their own health insurance. They can negotiate price. And it's going to be locked so they can't go out and buy a Cadillac. They can go out and buy health insurance.
Tucker Carlson.
Mr. President, is it time for Congress to move legislation that puts pressure on Russia and puts pressure on Putin?
Well, I hear they're doing that, and that's okay with me. They're passing legislation, or the Republicans are putting in legislation that very tough, it's sanctioning, et cetera, on any country doing business with Russia. They may add Iran to that, as you know. I suggested it. So any country that does business with Russia will be very severely sanctioned. I mean, we're stopping drug dealers and drugs from coming into our country. And I actually told Marco and some of the people, our Secretary of State is doing a great job, by the way. I said, go to Congress and let them know we're not letting drugs come through Mexico. We're not letting them come through Venezuela. And let Congress know about it. We don't have to get their approval, but I think letting them know is good. The only thing I don't want them to do is leak information that's very important and confidential and may put our military at risk, or whoever is doing, CIA, military, etc. But I did say, I said, go and see Congress, see the representatives that we're supposed to be seeing, and be open about it. If they say, we don't want you to stop drugs from coming into the country, I don't think that would be good, yes.
Are any other countries committed to helping the U.S. with Venezuela, or is all our action still?
Yeah, we have great support because it's all about drugs. Well, in Venezuela's case, it's about drugs, and it's also about thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that they've released into our country. And some are gang members from Tren de Aragua. Some are many are drug dealers. Some are murderers. So in the case of Venezuela, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population was released into the United States. You know what that means? Their prison population was released into the United States. And we're getting it out. We're doing an amazing job. We have a strong border now. We have everything. Our country's doing so well.